looks like I get the chance to play Fiendsmith again, a new light fiend archetype who I enjoy mixing with magical musketeers. Mario's going to bring one of his favorite, actually quite competitive decks against me, Tri-brigade for hires, so it could get scary.
It used to be competitive.
It used to be meta at some point, honestly.
It actually
obviously things are always changing, but
when I told my friends that who play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot, they kind of stopped going as much recently, but when I told them that one of my favorite decks was for hire because I play it online a lot, and one of them saw that a for hire deck actually won a I don't know if it was a regional, but I think it was a big tournament, and they showed me, it's like, dude, your deck, like, someone actually went high with it. I was like, oh shoot, send me that deck list if that ever gets released.
Yeah. It's definitely always had potential. I think there were some Tri-brigade nerfs that brought it down a bit, and obviously power creep is always a thing in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But still, very good deck. I'm excited to see if you can still play with them pretty effectively. Against something brand new like Fiendsmith, it'll be interesting. We got Beat coming out, one of the main ones. Then we have more for hires.
Unfortunately, I did not have the best starting hand.
Ooh,
I need
yeah.
so one of the things I do need is the fact of I need besides Beat, I need some other low level for hires to start off with.
Yeah, and you only started with one.
That's why I kind of, in my current version of for hires, I kind of lowered the number of Tri-brigades and put more for hire monsters, because the for hires chain together better rather than the Tri-brigades. As you said, we're kind of hit with a bit of a few nerfs and all that. So because
Makes
of that,
sense for what you're given.
and I'm also trying out a new experimental version as well.
Excellent. I've made very little changes since I last played with this deck, but I'm excited to see it play nonetheless. Is that the end of your turn? You got any extra deck things to go to with a 2 and a 3? Oh yeah, Donner. Yeah, we still see Donner getting splashed into all kinds of different decks just because, you know, dual monsters. And you can target himself to destroy an opponent's monster.
Yep. But this does allow me to facilitate the beat for hires effect.
Yeah, now you get some effects moving because you got 2 to the graveyard at the very least, and Donner helps that happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any more for hires in the graveyard to facilitate the rest of the combo.
Yeah, or the hand.
So, I think the best thing to do is probably bring Rex Fright for hire. Or Freight for hire, actually, I'm saying. He's the newest member of the crew, a little dinosaur. Don't you love him, Xylo?
Yeah.
You do.
What are you doing?
Oh, this is just adding 500 to all my monsters.
Yep.
But Rex gets to go off, which does allow me to get my Mayhem for hire.
Okay. So not exactly where you want to land with that deck, but a little bit of setup happening. Now, I do remember if you don't get your full thing going and I like wipe out your field, you're in big trouble. But we're going to find out.
This does allow me to add back to my hand my Beat back to the hand, or special summon it, I mean.
Okay. Very good.
This does allow me to special summon Xylo.
Huh. So you could just link big if you wanted to.
Yeah, which I'm trying to figure out what's the best thing to do. I think just leaving Folgo with 2 defensive monsters, I think is the best thing to do, actually, so.
If so, you think. All right. I really wish I had a magical musket monster to start with, because then I can, you know, get 3 magical musket spells or 2 magical musket monsters onto the field, since your field's rather full. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Now, can I still get there with Fiendsmith cards? We're going to find out. I don't think it is the case, though. But we can freely put out a token. Token material, always good. We can use that to special summon. Yeah, only can bring out Fiendsmith Requiem with that. So that is probably what we'll do. But first, we'll start milling the deck through a little bit. Illusion of Chaos, get myself a Magician Souls. We know I'm a fan of that card. Boop. Unfortunately, I did already have one in my hand, so it's a bit of a moot point. But here he goes. And we might as well activate him now. It's just going to send one of those copies to the graveyard so we don't have to worry about him anymore. And special summon this card. I want to see if there's any, like, level 7 spellcaster that makes sense to mix in with this deck rather than just, you know, being Diabellstar or something good, you know? But we can use Magician Souls and send our other Sanctus to the grave. And since we can't really play any of our Magic Musket monsters or cards, I'm just going to use them to draw more things. Because maybe I can make some benefit out of here. Because I have not normal summoned yet. And that is what I was looking for, baby. Let's go. I will place him right here. And we have Casper. Casper can give us some benefit because we can cross Dom. Hit your Folgo. Giving it 0. And Casper gets the effect of looking for more. So with that, we can add to my hand, is it last stand time? That sounds tempting. Now we can either do that and get a bunch of monsters on the field, or we can get a bunch of the spells and traps. I think I'd like to get a bunch of the spells and traps. So let's just get another monster so we have it for later, although we do have another copy of Casper, but we're going to go into the Link monster to get myself a bunch of spells, so let's have Starfire ready for later. I don't have a way of putting it on the field, but, you know, extra monsters in hand, never a problem with this deck. We're going to then go for a Magical Musketeer Max, use that, add some spells and traps. Since you have 3 monsters upon the field, I can add 3 Magical Musket spells and traps. And we haven't even gotten to the Fiendsmith plays yet, except for the token.
Yeah, I do find it funny that one of your effects just immediately just makes it so it's just basically a 0 token on the field for the Folgo.
Yeah, hey, that, I'll show you exactly what it does in just a hot moment. So, is Dancing Needle worth using to you? I can banish your cards out the graveyard, but it's good. Maybe I will do it. Sure. There's a lot of good cards I can use. However, I don't have any Magical Musket monsters to hard combo them out against you, but we can use that lovely little Fiendsmith token to make ourselves a Requiem, and Requiem can then be sent to the graveyard to get my main Fiendsmith monster out.
Which
so
actually,
happening.
Fun fact, over the course of the last time we played this, over the course of the weekend, they actually released the lore of what Fiendsmith is, actually.
Ah,
he's actually an explorer of the underground who wants to turn all the fiends of the underworld into weapons for himself.
That tracks with how he plays. Also fitting that I'm playing muskets with him.
Yeah, and that also explains why the that Fiendsmith Sequentia, why it looks like it's the creature from the deep, that old Yu-Gi-Oh card, because it is that monster. It is that monster. He's basically he killed that demon and turned him into a weapon.
It's pretty cool. All right, well, let's use him. So it'll be using stuff in my graveyard as fusion material. So that'll equal the Fiendsmith himself. I will have to use the Requiem, so we're only going to have 2 negates. Yikes. But out comes the Dies Irae. Now, I'd love to use this Max as well as some of the wonderful Magical Musket cards that I have for beneficial effect, but I think linking them off would be slightly smarter. So, what is some fun linking them off I can do? I can go into probably just a 3 if I'm looking at things properly. There's, plenty of things that I can consider, but nothing's really huge. I can go into the Moon of the Closed Sky, but that would use my whole thing. I can go into SP Little Knight. That'd be kind of okay, too. But you know what? Maybe we will just stick with the Musketeer on the field. I always want to use Sequentia as link material because you can equip it from the graveyard as well. But we'll find some other benefits of how to make this, We'll make sure we use our Musketeer Max to full benefit, because I did search 3 spell and trap cards, or to be honest, 3 trap cards, which can all be used. They won't give me, compounded benefits, but benefits nonetheless. And I think it's time to go for battle. Yeah, let's do it. So, here we go. We will attack, doing as much damage as possible into you. Get Folgo into the grave. And I guess I'd love to put Beat into the grave, too.
Oh, so I can't search anything?
That's the goal. I know Beat's one of the main combo pieces you utilize.
Alright, so I'm going to activate this. Tri-brigade Revolt.
Okay, now is a perfect time to use my negates.
How many negates do you get?
2, but I have to use them at once. So, like that. So I can't, use any more after that, for example. I get 1 burst of up to 3 negates with how this combo plays out. But there we go. And I think Yeah, we'll just do that at the end of the turn. Ending with a SP Little Knight would be a very common play if you're like playing hyper competitive and meta, but I don't think that's necessary here. And ending it before I got my monster off the field, that would be. Having my DSI ray is a bit more important.
Alright, so I need to rely on this. So I'm gonna play my Rookie Friar, tributing my Philo.
Okay. And what do? You special summon a for hire monster from the deck. Okay. This is the position where I could just say I negate that and then you have nothing to play with, but let's see how it goes.
Alright. Well, I can special summon any level 2 I want.
Yep.
And since I know I'm not going to get a draw off, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring out my Rex again.
Okay.
Because Rex can go off, allowing me to search out a for hire, spill, or trap card.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to do as much as I can without using my, spread shot negate that I have. Because I have other things. So we got another Rookie for hire.
Then I'm activating my Mayhem.
The Mayhem. Forgot that was there. Nice. Alright, so you went to target something in graveyard. Now is a perfect time for the Dancing Needles.
Dancing Needles?
Yep. What did you target in your graveyard? Well, doesn't really matter. We're going to get everything out of there. So
Wait, yeah.
Get that.
Only gonna hit 3, but yeah, that's all.
Yep.
That's all my basically for
That's
hire
the important ones.
Which, yeah, I did target my my beat, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just get the basic for hires out of there, meaning a lot less for you to bounce back with.
Darn you, Xylo, you evil, evil man.
That's right. All right, now we'll utilize... actually, I'll wait for the next turn since I can to use my other cards. All right, Starfire to the field. Boop. And now we will use Desperado, popping Rex. That allows Starfire to use her effect. Give myself another musket to the field. Now the dock will be kind of useful because we can use it to get more stuff back. I can also now use my Magician Souls yet again, special summoning it. And here's where the synergy works. I use it, send my Sequentia away, get a draw out of it, and then just immediately put my Sequentia right back where it started. So, free draws with the Magician Soul combo at the expense of potential shortcomings when it comes to your power. So, or consistency at that. What is my next play? I could go into another Sequentia. Sure, I guess there's no reason not to go into a Requiem as well. We'll use Starfire. Effect has already been used. Requiem, I guess, does need to be activated here because we don't have one of the Fiendsmith guys right here. Oh, we have one in hand. Well, let's do that. And use the one from the deck because they keep coming back. Do I have enough attack to just finish this off right here? Yeah, basically. We just need to turn something into something here. I guess we'll go all the way. Why not? We use you and you as link material. So another use of that little guy. Activate. We can go into the Lacrimosa just to have a little something different on the field. Utilizing these two cards, we get to keep our material in the graveyard. Utilize this and special summon this. Why not? Just to have more pieces on the field. Or add that to hand. Okay, that don't help me at all. But that's fine. We got enough. So we will, from there, just battle. Attack, 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 attack. Ooh, the boss monsters themselves can finish you with clean numbers. We'll take that. Rematch!
Yeah, rematch.
You force me to go first now, and it'll be a different game for sure. Having magical muskets going second is always an advantage, but I do have some setups that can potentially help me. Because, obviously my main piece in this deck is a big, strong negate. So it's always something to be wary of. Now, what is my potential play? I have magical musket cards, which, we know are fantastic. However, not exactly good enough. So, do I set up a slight field? Or I do not know if I can get my full setup. I think I can get my full setup. Let's play as if I can. So, we will send this card or special summon this card. Have one piece to the field. We will summon Starfire. And Is there any reason to go into max right now? I suppose not, and I only have 2 copies of him in the deck, so we'll immediately go to Requiem, I think. And with Requiem, we can potentially start getting the plays moving. I don't know for sure. I'm not experienced enough to know if I can get to the final play here, but I have a good feeling that I can. Yes, because then that'll be all that. Now, I wish I could get more stuff moving from my hand, but I cannot. So that's okay. We will, in this position, do I use this here? During the main phase, if I control, or I could special summon a magical musket from my hand. And then, that's kind of good, but what is better is probably a draw. So we're going to toss away Crooked Crown for, just another magic bullet monster, unfortunately. But in this position, we can go into our Sequentia, just using those 2 special summons, and activate nothing because we will be activating his effect, using everything in our graveyard to bring out the Dies Irae. Meaning Requiem will once again be spent, Fiendsmith will once again be returning to the deck, but at least I will have enough to have my 1 good card here. So, when it comes to turn 1s, maybe that's as best as I can kind of expect to do. But I will end my turn.
Alright. First off, activate Pot of Prosperity. Let's just do the 3.
Negate!
This would be the time to do it, actually.
No, I don't know. Not against most decks. Stopping Prosperity isn't that huge. Now, if your opponent's desperately searching for a combo starter, sure. Which, obviously, for hires, do need multiple monsters, as we saw. But he's only sending 3. He's not digging that deep. He's just using it to get extra pieces. That's another thing you can kind of read when your opponent picks 3 or 6, how desperate they are.
Alright, so I'm going to add my Rex Fright for Hire.
Okay, so he's having a bonus. We know he's good to go.
So, I will normal summon my Recon Scout for Hire.
Yep.
Activate its effect, which will allow me to special summon a additional for hire monster from the hand.
Let's just stop it now. You might have more, but let's just
Okay, yeah. Rookie Fire.
Ah, beautiful. Yep, that'll start the chain all over again. Yeah, the tough part with For Hire is they all activate their effect 1 by 1. There's no point specifically where there's 2 activating their effects at once for me to go like, oh, perfect.
I also didn't bring out Beat first because I didn't want him to be negated.
Yeah, I probably should have just waited for Beat. My thought was if I do stop you right here, right now, then, you don't get to do anything. Yet if you brought out 2, you could get something little. But very good. So Beat searches you up. It's going to look pretty good for here, which means if I survive this, it might be a magical Musketeer desperation play. But at least I have the facilities to make that potentially happen. Ooh, he had a setup. Alright. No more equip card for me.
Yeah,
no more free targets for my Magician. Yeah, it's protection, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't target your monster.
Yep, opponent cannot target the equipped monster with effects. Now you can.
Oh, yeah, I can. Alright. So, let's see. Do I bring out the Folgo? I think I do bring out the Folgo.
Alrighty.
Or do I
You got plenty of pieces. There's so many good plays you could go for right now, I'm sure.
Actually, yeah, and I think I know what I want to do.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. Gonna go classic monster, actually.
Okay. Oh, the classic. Borolo Dragon from... Yeah, one of the original big scary Link monsters.
Still scary, though, if you bring it out.
Still scary enough, by all means, when I have no negates and a strong monster on my side of the field.
And also the fact that he can't be targeted by your effects, by monster effects.
Yes, very decent counter to a lot of the magic bullet effects.
And your Fiendsmith as well.
Yeah, helps there too. Obviously, he's already expelled his charges, but yes. I don't think I have to target you to negate your effects with Dies Irae, though, but... Okay, Donner's here now.
Let's see. Special summon. I could either destroy a card on your side of field or special summon.
I have a feeling you want a special summon.
Yep.
To just set yourself up even further.
To go even further beyond? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Because you got the field now, so if you can do something to stop me from taking it back, you're golden. Alright. Obviously, all the fur hires have kind of already used their effects, but hey, they're still material. And he says Mayhem. Okay. You can get Folgo and a Borreload out here.
Yep. Let's see.
One more.
Add a card to the hand. Yeah, let's just add back the Mayhem.
Yeah, Mayhem's been very helpful to you. All right. Where does this play end?
Now the issue with bringing out Folgo though, he doesn't exactly bring out. He doesn't exactly have the power to finish you off. And also, I can't attack with Borreload this turn either. Because of the rookie for hire I had to use.
Oh, okay. Still, you wouldn't be doing full damage anyway with Disparity, so it's kind of all just laying on top of the I'm not going to finish you this turn anyway. So whatever you choose.
Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on.
He's looking. He's searching for a way. He doesn't want to feel the wrath of my Musketeers. I don't want to feel the wrath of my Musketeers.
By discarding that, send that back to the extra deck.
Ah, so it doesn't hit graveyard and get its effect. Nice.
Now set that card down, and yeah, that's probably the best place to end it right there, yeah.
Okay. So I don't think I have to worry about negates necessarily, but we do have the whole, target a monster, loses attack. That's not good. But we'll see what we can do. Who would like to start things off? Is it Kid Brave or Casper? It's Casper. So we'll put him right over there. And let's open up with a little cross dom. Cross dom will let me... It's letting me target your Borreload dragon. So I'm just going to click it and see what happens.
I think that works because I think he only says that he can't be affected by monster effects.
Oh yeah, target with monster effects says it right there, duh. Alright, so that's going to happen. You might as well do that because get the effect off before it's over. I do, however, get Casper's effect of getting more cards, which is nice. So, adding to my hand, I would love to get a special summonable magical musket card, but that does not exactly exist. So, we have to consider what else we want. You have 2 monsters on the field, so stacking up the Musketeer spells would not be a bad thing, but I'm in a position where I need monsters so I can get my full plays happening all over again. So I think my current best course of action is going to be to grab a spell card here and then going into one additional monster. It is just one additional monster. Maybe we will grab a ton of spell cards and just make you suffer. Sure, that sounds fun. So we'll just grab Last Stand, my one negate I have for here. But it's good enough for most situations. Oop, don't want to go into that card just yet. We want to go into Max, because Max can inactivate, get me 2 more cards to set myself up. Spell and Trap, since you have 2 monsters on the field. Or I could get 1 monster, but all is well. So, we already used Cross Dom. We definitely want to grab a Desperado. And what else is particularly good against you? Well, we learned last time Dancing Needle is, so we'll be grabbing that again. I also didn't use this turn, might as well go for it. And I can just use these cards I've searched as more draw material if I'd like to. So we get that. Return the Chaos back to the deck just to use it as material to summon the Magician Souls. Yeah, I don't think that combo needs to be any more difficult or any more complicated than it already is, because it does what it's meant to do and it doesn't do anything else. It's good enough from me. We can then go into Fiendsmith Requiem using Max. Thank you, Max. And I do realize that using max right there means I cannot use all these wonderful spell cards in my hand, but that's okay. We might still... No, I'm probably not still getting there. Okay, from the grave, we now have some stuff to equip. We have some stuff to work with. I guess that answers the question, since I can't really activate most of these cards anytime soon. Let's just ditch them and get new cards. Thank you, Magician Souls. And get Fiendsmith cards instead. That sounds really good. We actually haven't seen Fiendsmith and Paradisium yet, so we'll set that right there. We will special summon ourselves a little Sequentia, just to be able to do some of that. And I guess I might as well use Tractus. And that will do the fusion summoning all by itself. Use monsters from hand or field as material. We will also get to add a card to the hand, so why not an extra Fiendsmith? And then discard. Last stand, as we said, can't really use it. So, activating this from the grave, I think this will work fine. Summoning the DSI Ray by getting rid of you, and I guess we have to use just the field and that material, so there it goes. Probably should have done that in a different order, but that's okay. We still get to our main target here. We're going to put a little bit of that onto it. We're going to put a little bit of that onto it. Actually, I guess I can go harder. We can add... Oh, no, we can't add anymore. I suppose I might as well, since my graveyard's a bit stacked, use this effect. I can use my Fiendsmith effect to shuffle one other Fiend monster back into the deck and special summon him. So since I have used so many of my Fiendsmiths already, we're going to just send that Max back so he can be utilized again. And just get something else onto the field. Don't have any plans on what to go into with him, but what can I go for? Nothing too crazy. If I activate him, however, then I can target one Fiendsmith equip card and one monster on the field, send him to the graveyard. Well, that's not very helpful to me.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess it is helpful to me. Just one card on the field. Yeah, let's just clean it up. We don't need 3 negates. Oh, it has to be a face-up card. Okay. See ya, Unicorn. Alright, did want to take care of your back row with that, but still, obviously, things are looking a-okay on my side of the field. We will attack into Borlo Dragon. With his effect negated, not a very big threat. We will attack the Fiendsmith just for a little extra damage. And now I'm pretty confident that we can cut through here. We have the same negation field that we did last time. A little bonus, actually, and you have less cards to bounce back with. Did not get to clear out your graveyard like I would have potentially wanted, but now we will see him choose 6 because of how desperate he is. Oh, no, 3 again. Okay, He does need his extra deck.
I do indeed need my extra deck, so I can't just cut away majority of it.
Yeah. Disparity's such a good card, but man, it's hard to use in the extra deck focus decks. Well, there's a monster.
I was thinking about grabbing the Called by the Grave, because I could potentially use that and potentially get rid of one of your pieces, but it's not gonna help me out right now.
It's not huge, and I don't have another Fiendsmith DSI Ray in the graveyard to make that immediately good.
Yeah, the funny thing is, imagine it was this card. Imagine the monster on the field, the Fiendsmith DSI Ray, said this card is also treated as the Fiendsmith and all that. Because if that was the case, if that was the case, it would have been like, oh, I could just banish the original Fiendsmith from the graveyard, and it would negate the effect of that one.
That could complicate things. Yeah, one of the other benefits of Fiendsmith is it's constantly cycling stuff back into your deck, back into your extra deck. So, there we go. I think now we're just going to be in a position to negate 2 targets because there are 2 value targets on the field and nothing else. So we'll stop you from bringing something back from your graveyard.
Yeah,
not that Dampa was going to get to use its effect anyway, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, I could have gotten rid of the original Fiendsmith or your back row card at the least.
Oh, just by itself with no other support?
Because if I would have brought out the other card, then it would have targeted and destroyed it. I thought you meant like it wouldn't have done anything anyway, like in general.
No, yeah, not by itself. It wouldn't have done anything. But yeah, here we are. Do I need to do anything to win this game? Nope. Let's just attack. because it seems that the Fiendsmith turn 1 or 2 have been enough to take down for hires, at least in the state they're currently at. Maybe not, heyday practiced meta play for hires, but Fiendsmith obviously have tools to handle the job, and the job was handled. So
yeah,
I'm proud of them.
One thing that is a little harder for the deck. Once their key cards that they love to use, there can only be one. Was limited to one, and I still have the one copy in the deck. But
yeah, we felt like that would be fun.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it just did not show up. Because if it showed up turn 1, oh, that would have been difficult for you. That would have been difficult for you to deal with.
Maybe. I don't think it would against Fiendsmiths, because there can be only one. Oh, is that just one type of the monster allowed,
yes.
or is it only
one type? Meaning that you can only have one fiend on the field at any given time.
Okay, yeah, that would be a struggle then. I would have to inherently, specifically work with my magical musketeer max, and that's about it. However, Fiendsmith might work against that just fine, because all my material is used from the graveyard, and I kind of go one by one to get into it. But I guess to get into my main material, I need 2 monsters on the field to get the combo going, so fair enough. But yeah, there is that. And Fiendsmith move up the ladder yet again. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this matchup. If you have, make sure to leave a like on this video. Suggest more matchups for Fiendsmith, because they are quickly becoming one of my favorite decks to play. And we'll see you next time.
See ya, folks.